What's up? My name is Jason. I'm an inspiring entrepreneur trying to start an online nutrition and fitness coaching business. So far, I got 0 clients, but I'm working on it. I've been doing it for like 6 months and, more like 4 months. I'm getting somewhere. I got 3 upcoming leads, onboarding phone calls coming up, pretty exciting stuff. The one thing today's special was so I have a book that I published via Amazon self-publishing, and on that book, it's a cookbook. On that book, I have it to where on the last page is an offer. In the table of contents, it has it. That's all recipes, and then high protein recipes to be specific. But on the table of contents, on the last page, it says special offer. Go to this page, and go to the page, and it basically talks about high protein diets are awesome, blah blah blah. And then I say text my number if you want to have online nutrition and fitness coaching. 6 weeks free. 6 weeks free. I'm still trying to find some people who are gonna stay here for a long time. I cannot seem to keep people here. The worst part about it is I call these people weekly, and we have two-way messaging throughout, the week. And then on our weekly check-ins, I tell them, like, hey, this is your time to be truthful. It's only gonna help me help you a lot better. Which ways can I improve? What can I do for you or this program to make it more better? And they're like, oh my goodness, you're doing great. And I try to like, sound like very thorough, like very, manly, like, yo, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings. Freaking let me know how I can improve. And they're like, oh yeah, you're doing good, you're doing great. I want to change a thing. Now, maybe they're just saying that because it's free, free 6 weeks, free 4 weeks, it's like no risk involved. And that could be it. And they don't feel like they're gonna hurt my feelings. I don't know. And another reason why I think it's hard, which I'm gonna do, is create some video sales letters with me, because I have no testimonials on my website. Heck, my website ain't even an official. Like, it's an assessment website, score app. And the only times I feel like it's necessary to do that is if you're running an assessment that says, but see, the way I'm not a developer, I don't know how to write, I don't code, or I don't know how to do all that stuff, but there was one ad that it was going pretty good, and I feel like it's kind of, it's a very good web page. So it's basically, you run an ad, basically talking about obesity and how in America, 40% of people statistically are obese. And, on the ad, it was like, find out if you're obese. And you got a lot of people going boom, 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 but they didn't want to submit their email. So I got one email out of it, but there was a lot of traffic. And then so at first I was like, I'm gonna wait so you can have the answers, or you can have the questions before you put the email in, and then you can have them after you can put the email in. But it just brought a lot of traffic, and there's just not a lot of people doing that. But if I had that on my website, you put in your height, and you put in your gender, I believe, your height and gender, and height and weight. Yeah, I think that's it. Height, weight, and gender. And it'll tell you basically what your BMI is. And if you're overweight, I can have a page pop up and be like, yo, looks like you are obese. It just so happens that we have online nutrition and fitness coaching if you are interested. And the big thing about that is you gotta wow them, not how them. You gotta sell the steak. You gotta sell the sizzle, not the steak. Or you gotta sell the steak, not the sizzle. You gotta basically, if you're selling a vacation, you gotta sell the destination. You can't sell, plane tickets, or the plane ride, the 6 hours, the flight, all that. You gotta kind of just talk about the destination. Like, you're going to Maui, you want to talk about, oh, this beautiful, you're gonna see all these cool things, but I did get a lead I got a message that said cookbook, and I'm like, what? Look, I only sold $5, but 1 out of 5, they hit me up with the offer, and I think that's super cool. And honestly, I think it's like 1 out of 3 because I've had a co-worker buy it, so it's technically like 1 out of 4. It might have been 2 co-workers, I don't know yet. It doesn't tell you on Amazon self-publishing. It doesn't tell you who buy it, which sucks because I got to figure out if there's a way to get because it's on Amazon, and to put it onto a website to where they have to put the form in, and if they put the form in, then they get the book, and so that way I can track who's buying it, the emails. And I also heard this one thing, it's pretty intense. Oh no, I think I forgot it, but it's by Russell Brunson. He talked about how you can basically figure out everybody's personal information. All you need is like an email, and you can get a lot more other information, which is pretty intense to me. But a few things that I want to talk about. Well, first off is never give up. I'm doing this 4 months, and I had 3 clients. None of them stuck with me longer than to get the payment. So that, I think it's because I charged $300 a month right off the rip. No testimonials. It went from free to $300, and I potentially, didn't set it up correct and during the onboarding, like, hey, is $300. What I kind of want to do with my sales is kind of be like, hey, so if I can guarantee the results, and you have all the resources you need, what do you feel like it's a good price? And hopefully they come up with the price of $200, maybe $300. I'm hoping they say $300. That'd be awesome. And I'm like, bingo, nailed it. But no, I kind of want to just do, just starting off, I'm going to end up having to do, I'm going to have to figure out the best offer, because I've tried 16 weeks for $1,000. I've tried, first month free, 6 weeks free, and it's hard for me to find clients, and I think it's because of social proof, or they don't know who I am. And some other pointers that so if you are going to be selling anything, so you get the email, right? I think that it's recommended, Russell Brunson, he's like the marketing genius of marketing, whatever, and he mentions that when he does an email and people sign up, he sends them email to give them videos about him, and basically him, obviously his services and some cool stuff that, hey, before we get started on an onboarding phone call, I would like you to watch these videos. And in those videos, it's basically demonstrating, a few cute key things, potentially about the product or about, pre stuff. So example, if you're going to be signing up for selling online, his course, you're going to want to get ClickFunnels and get the free trial so you can start it. But instead of just starting off and doing everything to your best, you can actually have the training, go to FunnelFlix, blah, blah, blah. And so he says that if you send these videos, these emails to people, after they fill out some contact information before the onboarding, send some videos, basically introducing yourself, but not only introducing yourself, them are potentially getting to know you. I gotta clock out, son of a biscuit. I'm just not gonna do it. I'll just clock out when I get home. Screw it. But yeah, so that way you could potentially increase your conversion rate by simply getting them to know you. That's, this is online nutrition fitness coaching, but I'm assuming that you can do this anywhere, you know what I mean? For any business, especially if you're doing, the higher ticket amount, then the more face-to-face you would want to be with them. And you don't have to be like on a call or anything. Just send them the videos, send them just basically videos, so they can get an intro, a feel for you and whether they want to work with you, and more than likely they'll build some trust. So there's a thing, it's like the 4-7-11 rule. If you see, if a person sees you 4 different platforms, and or 7 hours of video or 11 interactions, they feel like they know you. So if you have 11 videos, they can, you know, build a sense of like, I know this person, I trust this person, I'm willing to do business with this person. So that's one thing I'm gonna try. Honestly, a lot of these videos are kind of like what not to do, which is pretty cool because I can always go back to these and you know, never do any of this again, you know, figure out what's not working. But I'm gonna get there, you know, and I really want to train people, just because I enjoy teaching, and if I'm doing pretty good, then I feel like the other people that are trying this, doing this, then they won't have a lot of stress, because I want to have this course that's done for you. And I'm not going to create the course until I make $5,000 a month on my online nutrition and fitness coaching. And I'm not going to give up until I do. I'm going to keep on trying. I haven't bought anybody's course, which I'd so do it, but I just don't know who. I probably should look. Like I said, I work, you know, 80 plus hours a week, so it's pretty hard to find time. Like today is a 14-hour day. You know, it's just not a lot of time. And plus I wake up 2 hours earlier to work on the business. You know, I have a list of stuff that I still need to do. You know, like HubSpot. I want to do HubSpot training, because HubSpot, according to Dan Kenny and his colleagues, it's pretty ultimate. You know, there's not a software that does everything, but if you can find the cheapest software to do all that you need mostly, then you know what I mean. And especially too, I do the free. I just connected my email, so now I can run analytics on my emails, which I haven't done that before, which I would recommend. You know, running your emails, or you want to run analytics on everything. The more you know about the numbers, the better you're off going to be. For example, if I spend $5 and I get one lead, and that lead doesn't convert, meaning I got a 0 conversion rate, it could be that my conversion system is, you know, not good. So therefore I have to increase, you know, the sales webinar or the presentation, the onboarding, you know, get the conversion rate. Or I could find a way to reduce my leads, so then I have more leads go to convert. You know, and then there's the lifetime value, the churn. Churn is basically your retention. So if I have, you know, 100 customers and 3 leave a month and I get 3 new ones, I have a churn of whatever the number is. I don't know churn specifically, statistics like the numbers in 100 to 3, I'm thinking it's 3%, but then it's like the lifetime value. There's a lot of KPIs, key point indicators, that you want to really start analyzing, especially when you're running ads. You know, anything that you're spending money on, you definitely want to know all the data behind it. You know, running ads, and you know, you use the keyword fun. You know, you put fun in your headline and you notice that your cost per lead is reduced, and if you can acknowledge that type of pattern, it's only going to set you up for the long run. So it's really good to just manifest it. When I say manifest, I mean just get obsessed with it and do it over and over and over and over and over, and learn what works, learn what doesn't work. And then when you have time to look back at it, you figure out why it didn't work, you figure out why it did work, and then you try to keep doing what works. There's a rule. It's like Google says it's like 70-20-10. 70% just keep doing what's working. 20% is kind of altering what's working, you know, and kind of like redoing it a little bit. And then the 10% is basically go crazy with it. Come up with some different ads, you know, not crazy, but just different, new. So there's that. Third, let me see what else I got here for you today. And business and online nutrition and fitness coaching, blugga blugga blugga. So honestly, that's all I've got. KPIs, study them, analyze them, get obsessed with them, because ultimately the more obsessed you are about your business, then the better off you are. You know what I mean? If I did something, you know, 8 hours a day versus 1 hour for 8 days, more than likely Well, there's a thing too with focus. You don't want to overdo it, because then you'll start losing focus and not really retain what you're doing and understand what you're doing. You're not really thinking about it. So there's a little window there. But yeah, online nutrition fitness coaching, that's what I'm about. I want to create a course when I make $5,000 a month, because I'm only going to sell the course for $1,000. And if I'm teaching you how to make $5,000, and what this course is basically going to be is copy and paste everything. I know that sounds like, it's not gonna work for me, dude. It is, because I have 0 followers. I have 0 everything. So what if I do learn the system to make the 5,000? I basically have the website, I basically have the advertisement, and I will basically have the lead magnets, I will have the sales script, I will have the email scripts, I will have everything. I'm going to document everything, and the more I analyze it, and the more analytics I run, the more I can say, yo, this email cranked out some numbers, perfect. I copy that and I save it somewhere else and say, use this. Same with the website. If my website is converting great, and it's converting great, and I get potentially SEO good stuff, I basically say, this website works, you can have it. I don't care about you copying me. I want you to do this because I want more people to train more people, for the simple fact that it's helping the world. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, I'm not about the money. All I care about is $4,000 a month, preferably 5. Obviously I want 10, 20, 30, but that's when the courses come in. But right now, all I want is enough money to quit my job, and I can help people full time. And I want to hand out business cards, go to parks, cool stuff like that. I live in a very small town, so I'm not going to be able to hand out unless I go to Walmart, and I tried that. It's very weird. People here just want to get in, get out, and so I need to find places where I can go hand out business cards, bulletin boards, and all that type of stuff. I'm still working on that. And then I want to do every door direct mail, which is basically I send flyers to certain mailing routes. I target them, I come out with different ones, and so those are all things that you can literally copy and paste. Everything I'm going to do is scripted, as I think that's very wise to do, is script your stuff, because if you keep sending the same message and you're not getting a lot of responses, the definition of insane is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Now, you don't want to do like 10 or 15. You want to do like in rounds of 100. So you get 100, it's kind of a better way to tamper or justify the results. So like if I only did 5 and said it didn't work, well, I didn't really try it. It's only 5 times. You gotta keep doing it over and at least 100 times. And then you figure out, it's like, okay, well, I got a 2% conversion rate out of 100. I got to change something. That way I can increase it to potentially 10 or 5, anything. You change the headline, you change a simple word in, the website, you change the format, you change the color, you change the button style, you change the, lettering, the way it's written, to use bold words, italics, underlined words. It all makes a difference, and that's copywriting 101. You did some words in certain sentences highlighted and underlined, money. I still haven't know what it is, but I know copywriting 100%. People get paid millions to do it. All right, out.